Hello, my loves. How are you doing? Hello, my dear Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius Sun, Moon, and Rising. My beautiful fire signs. It's always a treat to start with you guys. Welcome to your reading. I hope you're doing good today. If you're not, I hope that you will very soon. Welcome to your reading. Welcome to this video. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome back if this isn't your first time. So as you can see from the title of this video, this is for fire signs, and today we're going to be doing a tarot reading to look at what have you learned and healed in 2020. What will your new life be? And when I mean new life, I mostly talking about and referring to the great conjunction that is happening on the winter solstice, so December 21st, 2020, which is Jupiter and Saturn conjunct at 0 degrees Aquarius. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that right after, if you're not sure what that means. But yeah, so we're talking about these two things to really kind of close out 2020 in a nice way and start looking forward, which is really what I think this whole conjunction, the great conjunction in Aquarius, is about. The 0 degree, like the first degree of Aquarius at 0 degree, it's very significant, it's very symbolic to me. And we also are going to look at some goddess advice for the in-between and just, all of that energy. Just some divine advice for you guys. Okay, so as you can see from the title, this is for all three fire signs, but you will have separate readings, okay? This is not one reading for all fire signs, so I'm going to put the timestamps down below in the description box, so if you want to skip to your reading, you can do that right now. Two things I want to say. First of all, this is a general reading, so if you saw this on your feed, if you clicked on it, if you felt drawn to it, there's definitely a message for you here, but it might not be the entire reading. So if there's some things that you feel really don't resonate for you, you can let it go. There's no need to take it too seriously. And so take what resonates and leave the rest. And also, I do private tarot and astrology readings. If you're interested, I intend on selling this exact reading, but personalized as well. So if you're interested in your own personalized version of this, or you want some advice and guidance on something else, you can hit me up via email or Instagram. All of that information and my handles will be down in the description box as well. Okay, so the great conjunction, Jupiter and Saturn, for me, they are the two social planets in the way that, they are outer planets, but they move quicker than the generational planets, generational planets being Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So Jupiter stays in the same sign for about a year, and Saturn stays in the same sign for about 2.5 years. So the people born, for example, in school, your school grade pretty much has the same Jupiter and Saturn signs, or most of the people around exactly your age. So that's why they can be called the social signs. For me, I think Jupiter and Saturn, they are very, very opposite energies, but they're both definitely needed in the zodiac and in our lives, because Jupiter expands everything it touches, and Saturn is about constraints and restrictions. So you see kind of the paradox here. But how I see it is that, to me, Jupiter and Saturn are the two teachers of the zodiac, if you look at the archetypes, because I think Jupiter is kind of like the teacher that is very, very gregarious, very extroverted, very philosophical, and just very enjoyable, just has a nice sense of humor, and is very present and very friendly and very human. And it's very easy to like them and to like him, if you're talking him saying like Jupiter, but if you're talking about them. So if you're imagining Jupiter as a teacher, it's like your favorite teacher that's so easy to like, right? And who really believes in you, really pushes you, and is always there for you. And if you're interested, you can talk with them after the class ends and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? I think we all had a teacher like that, or I wish that for you, because it is really enjoyable, really nice. And teachers often have strong Jupiter in their chart as well. And Saturn is the teacher who's really strict, who's more severe and, you know, more serious as well. Saturn is kind of the cold teacher, the one that's just so easy to hate, or to dislike. And you don't, you know, fun is not a keyword that you would associate with them. But as you mature and as you grow up and as you age, you turn back and you realize that they were like this to you, truly to encourage you to grow. They were hard on you to encourage you to grow and to work harder. And they were like hard on you to encourage you to learn how to discipline yourself so that you can be more and more successful as your life goes on. Okay, so Jupiter is not all good, because, you know, sometimes Jupiter can be too much, and can be, you know, Jupiter expands everything it touches, but sometimes it can be too much as well. So Jupiter is not all good, and just Saturn is not all bad. Okay, so they're coming together during this conjunction. So this is really, you know, the last time this conjunction happened was in May 2000 in the sign of Taurus, and now we have this happening at 0 degrees Aquarius. And as I already said, I think the 0 degrees is just so powerful and so symbolic. You can look in your birth chart, astrological birth chart, where this falls in what house, and this is where you're going to see the most changes. There's going to be a lot of innovations. There's just like, with this conjunction, especially at 0 degrees, I feel there's a lot of opportunities for new things and new doors to open, but of course you're going to have to take it if that is presented to you. Okay, it's just not going to happen just like that. But, you know, we've been in this super heavy Capricorn energy all year long, and we are slowly really moving out of that and looking at the future. You know, we've been really kind of reflecting on our life and on ourselves and on our societies and our infrastructures, institutions, all of that stuff, which is really Capricorn and really Saturn. And all of that has been transforming because of you know, Pluto and the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in January that's really heavily associated with COVID. But now we are looking forward. Okay, like we had all of this. We've been assessing, you know, some of these things have broken down or have been teared down, but, you know, and we've assessed what is good, what is bad, what do we want to keep with us, and what do we want to leave in the past, and now where are we going? Like, now what? This is really the feeling that this great conjunction is giving me. So yeah, I think I've said what I wanted to say about this. If you're interested in some more information, you can look that up. Or, you know, if you want a personalized version of this reading, as I've already said, or, you know, astrological reading, if you want me to look at your houses and all of that, you can contact me, but you can also look that up if you're interested in some more information specifically about this great conjunction. But okay, I'm gonna get into Aries. Hello Aries, how are you? Hope you're doing good. This is for Aries Sun, Moon, and Rising. So in case you didn't listen to the intro, we're gonna be looking at what have you learned / healed in 2020. What is going to be your new life, which I associate with the great conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter on the winter solstice, December 21st, 2020. If you don't know what that means, I've talked about it in the intro, so you can go back. And also I'm going to give you some goddess divine advice. This is from the Goddess Power deck. It's for, you know, just general guidance on how to handle all of this, on how to handle the in-between that we're in right now. We're also in eclipse season, so it's kind of crazy, and you might have been feeling a lot of things, have had a lot of things happen to you. So, you know, this is guidance for and advice for all of that, okay? So, all right, so what should we do first, Spirit? Okay, we're first going to be looking at what have you learned and healed in 2020. So, okay, Spirit, for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, what have they learned and or healed in 2020? This is the Star Child Tarot, in case you're interested. What has Aries learned? 1, 2, 3, 4, Okay. I think we have enough like this, so let's take a look. Should I move it? Okay, we're just going to put them all on the same line. Perfect. That's what I feel to do intuitively. If you see me ever like moving the cards or anything, it's just intuitive stuff. I'm not deciding that on my own. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups. We have the Queen of Crystals. Which is the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Universe, which is the World card, the last card of the Major Arcana. Okay, this is really beautiful. You guys, okay, it was 11:11 on the recording time when I looked. Let's see. With this Four of Cups, I'm seeing... Okay, I'm seeing indecisiveness is something that you've tackled and learned about or healed, or at least partly healed during 2020. I'm seeing that, yeah. I'm seeing that you are or used to be very indecisive sometimes about things, and sometimes really small things like, oh, what are you ordering at the restaurant or something like that. Or, you know, things that seem really like kind of non-important, but when you're really indecisive a lot in your life, it can be kind of a burden, especially if you're with other people and they're kind of pressuring you to choose, or you know, you can tell, oh my god, they're getting impatient and all of that. I think that you've been struggling with that. I think that you would either in your life, you would either like take a decision really quickly, like super impulsively, which is very Aries like, you know, at its most base, the most, I don't want to say basic in the sense that it's like that doesn't have depth, but I mean like at the first level, the starting point of the Aries archetype. So you would either take decisions really quickly without really truly thinking it out or thinking through, or you would kind of never really choose, and it would be really, really difficult. And I think that the truth is that you didn't trust your judgment, you didn't trust your intuition. I think that, yeah, you either felt, when you felt pressured by others to make a decision, you would not be able to do it, and you would be freaking out and never making it. But sometimes you would pressure yourself to make it quickly, and that's when you would make it really impulsively. But I'm hearing that both of these were just kind of really not ideal, because you were not making those decisions with your heart, nor with your head, honestly, but mostly not with your heart, which can be more harmful than not making decisions with your head. Okay. Because I'm seeing you being able here on this card to kind of retreat into your own space and think about it, just the time that you need, and then actually having an answer and coming out and saying that and using that is what I'm seeing. And I see this, you know, this behavior that you used to have, or that you're coming out of, it's really fueled by like anxiety. Now, of course, if you have diagnosed anxiety, it can be that, or, you know, but if you don't, well, it's the emotion, you know, you're gonna know how this applies to you. But it was not fueled by peace, which is what our decisions in the end should be fueled by, honestly. So this is really great. So this is, you know, and this is really about self-respect, giving ourselves and allowing ourselves to take the time that we need to make a decision. And if we feel, or we are pressured by others to say like, no, Like, I'm gonna take the time I need to think about this, okay? And, you know, being assertive. But, you know, being assertive is not always super, like, super intense and super, like, yeah, it's not always, like, angry or, like, violent. Sometimes it can be really soft, like this. Like, someone be like, oh, can you just choose already? And you'd be like, no, wait, I'm gonna take the time to choose. You know, just something simple like that can really make a big difference. And that is a way of asserting yourself. With the universe, I'm really seeing you connecting with your higher self, connecting with the divine. I think that a lot of you this year, you went from like being really skeptical, like a skeptic, and you've kind of connected spiritually in a way that you never have before. You've kind of, maybe even some of you feel like you have awakened. And talking about awakening, yeah, the card at the top of the deck is awakening, okay? Which is a card, that the Arcana card that comes right before this card, okay? I feel, yeah, some of you were in really heavy skepticism, just kind of refusing that anything that you can't see or comprehend right away is real. And I'm seeing a lot of you have kind of detached yourself from that. I think that came from fear. And, you know, maybe some of you were already kind of spiritual, but there's something new that you used to not really believe in, or not, you wouldn't allow that kind of discourse in your life, and now you do, because you do it on your own terms, okay? Some of you have started a meditation practice, and that is really, really, really healing, okay? If you have not realized it, it's really changed your whole life, okay? Because this is coming up in like in the 3 cards of what have you learned / healed in 2020, okay? There's a lot of stuff that happened in 2020. We all know this, okay? Maybe some of you have connected to your ancestors, you know, spiritually, or you want to do that. You know, there might be something about ancient Egypt, so maybe like your ancestors were Egyptian, or you've lived a past life in ancient Egypt. Maybe you traveled there. I mean, I know not a lot of people traveled, but or you want to travel there. Maybe there's something like that. Maybe you've just kind of connected with that culture and that civilization, and you've been more interested in it. It can be something like that, okay? And I'm also seeing like some of you guys have gotten into like sacred geometry, okay, which is what we see here. If you haven't and you don't know what that is, you can Google that. Maybe that's going to be interesting for you. Okay, with the Queen of Crystals, I'm seeing that... I'm also seeing this sense of like retreating into your own space to do what you need to do, to collect yourself, to empower yourself, to then come out stronger and protected. I do see that. I also see some of you were in patterns where you thought that you would be your whole life, and you were like, well, that's just my life, that's just who I am, and that's just how life is, and whatever. It is what it is, okay? And some of you, you've really detached yourself from that. You've realized that that's not necessarily true at all. It's all about what you choose to do about it, what you choose to believe about it. I'm seeing some of you have started believing in this kind of change and this kind of rebirth and this kind of renewal that, you know, you see here, because this is the moon, but it looks like it's, to me, it looks like it's rising like a sunrise, okay? This might also be connected to your feminine energy, or your relationship with your mom, or maybe some childhood wounds surrounding your mom, something like that, or the maternal figures or love that you received or didn't receive, you know, whatever. Might be something connected to that. What else? Yeah, the Queen of Crystals, you know, this is about also like really material, earthy things. So I think some of you guys have become more independent. Some of you guys have become more organized, more self-sufficient in a way that is really, you know, it hasn't been easy, but it's also satisfying, because now you know, that you can rely on yourself. You've proven it to yourself, and so you don't always have that immense fear that you had of like, oh my god, will I be okay? How will I manage this out? How will I figure this out? How will I come through? Because you've just witnessed yourself doing this all throughout 2020. So you're not as anxious or as scared about that anymore. Okay, so you've reached this kind of new sense of peace regarding that, which is really great. I'm also seeing, you know, Pentacles is also about money. So some of you felt like I'm hearing you weren't made to have money, or that, yeah, maybe this is part of like those old beliefs that you're kind of letting go, or that because you don't have money now, you'll never have money. Or some of you actually think that, or used to think that you didn't deserve having more money. Or I'm just kind of seeing like it was like you and money. Those were two separate things. And it could not be one thing. Like you could not have it or not very much. Or it could not be a part of your existence or a part of your reality or not a part of your identity. I mean, you know, we're not defined by how much money we have or don't have, but I hope you know what I understand. I think you will if this applies to you. It was just a very separate thing, and money was always outer, it was always other, it was always away from you. And there's this sense of like reconnecting with that and healing that and realizing that you do deserve it, and it can be part of your reality as well. It's not just for others, it can also be for you. Okay, all right, really beautiful stuff. So now this was what you learned. This is so funny, right? I right when I saw just 21 on the recording time, right when I said let's get into your new life. Okay, because you know we are going to be in 2021, and also the Great Conjunction, which is the start of your new life, is December 21st. But anyway, so let's see your new life. What will the Great Conjunction bring to Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising? What will the Great Conjunction bring to Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising? This is the Neo Tarot, Neo Tarot. All right. Oh, okay. Hold on. And maybe one card for what? Okay, maybe more than one card. Okay, we're going to take all of you. So my first question, which was, what will the Great Conjunction bring you? We have the Queen of Cups, and we also have, we have the Ten of Cups, you guys. And the other row, of cards that I got was, I wanted to ask, what will the Great Conjunction activate within you? So we have, wow, that's so funny. You know, the first two cards are both upright, and those three cards are all reversed. So we have the Empress in reverse. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And we also have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so what will this conjunction bring you? Yeah, that's beautiful. You're reaching this new sense of balance, you know, from the winter solstice to onwards onto 2021. I'm probably just going to be saying 2021, but just, you know, that this is from December 21st of this year. It's not starting on January 1st. But in 2021, you're going to be reaching a new sense of balance. You see how this person is balancing stuff here? while still being able to play and not always think about serious things all the time. Okay, because you have kind of developed different parts of yourself this year, and so you're able to bring that with the parts of yourself that were already more developed or that you've already mastered, and the lessons that you've already learned, and pulling all of this together, you're getting into this new wholeness of yourself that is really beautiful and really evolved, and just I'm hearing there's just some sense of mastery here, and I'm really happy to see that for you guys. That's amazing. For some of you, you're gonna have angels looking for you. For some of you, you're gonna have some type of like psychic thing happening. You're gonna sense some and not necessarily out of the blue or something like scary if you're not used to that, and you're not into that, and to you that's kind of outlandish. It's just you're gonna feel some kind of divine presence guiding you, or there are going to be, if you want to tap into that and communicate with them. If some of you want to get pregnant, I'm seeing like you could get pregnant in 2021, maybe even with twins, or maybe you already have a child, you want another one, or maybe it's going to be your first, but you do want to have two. Yeah, there's something like that here, if you want to. If you don't want to, then be careful if you want to engage with people sexually. But yeah, so you're gonna really become this Queen of Cups, which is really great. With this Ten of Cups, I mean, hello, hi. If some of you are single, I mean, listen, you guys, this is probably going to change in 2021. This is the card of emotional fulfillment. It's also a card of family, which is also why I was seeing maybe children. Maybe you're going to meet or get with someone that you're going to be with for a really long time. You're going to meet some really significant people in your life in 2021. This is really, really beautiful. If you are already in a relationship, I'm only seeing it kind of strengthening, and maybe some of you guys are going to get engaged or get married or have children, or maybe multiple of these answers. Or if you have been dating someone new, or you are dating someone right now, you're kind of thinking, is this really my person? Is this really someone that I can settle down with and have my life with? I'm kind of seeing that yes, you're gonna sense that yes, and you're kind of going to do that in 2021. I'm really just seeing a lot of emotional happiness, especially if you've been single for a while. You've been trying to manifest that into your life. But also, for those of you who are Aries rising, this great conjunction is falling into your 11th house. 11th house is also the house of friends. So maybe some of you are going to date one of your friends, or you're going to meet someone and you're only going to be friends at first, and then it's going to grow into something more romantic or more loving. Maybe some of you, if you don't want a relationship, or you don't feel like you can have that right now, you don't feel like that's what you want right now, for whatever reason, this might just also be that you're going to make amazing friends. The friends that you have already, you're only going to be strengthening your bond and your love for each other, and it's just going to bring you a lot of emotional happiness and fulfillment in your life in 2021. Okay, so only good stuff for this card. We love to see it. For this, I asked what will this activate for you, but I'm mostly seeing, because I'm guessing because this is in reverse, I'm mostly seeing stuff that you're going to leave behind. So a lot of mindsets that you're really kind of shedding to be able to have a new clear mind and have space for new things and new philosophies of life for yourself going into, after this great conjunction happening on the solstice. So, the Empress in reverse, I'm seeing like you're letting go of this mindset of not being able to master things, not being able to be comfortable financially, emotionally, and all different aspects and spheres of your life, not being deserving of having it all. Okay, you're letting go of that. Okay, maybe if some of you have been manifesting that, but I'm also hearing, this is going to, because multiple people are going to be watching this, but I'm also hearing, if you have been like wanting money and just trying to have everything, but you're coming from a place of greed and you're not coming from a soul space, you're gonna have karma, and you're going to realize that this is not working for you, and you're going to have to let go of that. And if you don't, you're kind of going to be forced, okay, to do that. I'm not sure how, but in a way that's going to get back at you. Okay, so this is a time to shed that away. But for some of you who are more in the mindset of I'm not deserving of that, I'm never going to have that, you're shedding that away specifically, okay? And also just seeing yourself as a more mature person. You're able to do that now. With the 8 and the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, you know, hold on. With this 8 of Pentacles, I'm seeing like you're letting go of this idea that you have to work your ass off and kill yourself at task to be deserving of stuff, or to be able to get by, or to be able to progress, or be seen as a good person, as a good worker, as a good student, as a good partner, friend, whatever it is. Okay, you'll know how this applies to you. You're letting go of that. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. I don't know what happened, but like suddenly it stopped recording. Like I didn't touch anything. And for a couple of minutes, like I thought I couldn't find the video, and I thought I had lost everything I had just recorded, and I was so upset. Like, because it was like 30 minutes of content, and I was like, no. But anyway, sorry. So we were talking about the 5 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Right, so you are letting go of this idea that you need to always work your ass off, or just bring so much more of the table than what you would if you were truly respecting your own rhythm and your own levels of energy. With this 5 of Pentacles in reverse, you are letting go, or, you know, this is, I mean, this is so symbolic. This is literally, because 5 of Pentacles is a card of poverty as well. And in reverse, this is literally telling me like end of poverty, period. And if it's not physical poverty, like actual money, because, you know, not all of you that are going to be watching this are just suddenly going to have more money after December 21st, or, but, you know, this might be ongoing. So in 2021, you're going to end up having a bit more money, earning a bit more money, whatever it is. But if it's not physical, end of poverty, is going to be mental. So you're going to be letting go of the mentality of poverty, the poverty mindset. Okay, if you don't know what that is, you can look it up. But it can contribute a lot to physical poverty as well, because, you know, sometimes partly the life we have is partly created by our thoughts and our behaviors and our attitudes, right? So okay, and now finally, let's get some advice for you, some advice from the goddesses themselves. So what is some advice for Aries, Sun, and Rising on this in-between period, on just in general? Okay, some advice from the goddesses for Aries. Okay, that was brutal. We're going to take these two because they were the ones that I saw. And they literally... They made the 5 of Pentacles fly, literally. The goddesses were like, no poverty. We don't like it. We don't stand. Okay. So we have Hestia, home, number 22. These cards are so beautiful. This is from the Goddess Power Oracle. And we have Metis, or Metis, I'm not sure, number 36, and it says wisdom. So what I'm seeing is that you should really focus on your home life and staying inside as possible. And I know that's kind of funny and ironic for me to say this during COVID. I mean, of course it is safer for you to do that. But if it's not your physical home, it's going to be your mental and emotional home. So staying within yourself and not putting your energy outwards too much, really focusing on reflecting on yourself and staying safe in your safe space. If it's not a physical safe space, it's going to be within yourself, as I've already said. And if you don't really have that, to kind of focus on making your home cozier and more comfortable and more welcoming and more you, okay? That's going to bring you a lot of joy, is what I'm seeing. Maybe the number 22 is significant for some of you. Maybe that's your age. Maybe that's an angel number you've been seeing. I don't know whatever it is. Maybe that's your birthday. Yeah, just take it if it resonates. And with this card here, this wisdom card, I'm seeing that you should focus on, first of all, realizing all the wisdom that you already have and that you've accumulated this year and throughout your whole life, and realizing that you are already wise in a way, okay? Just because you can get wiser, or there are people who are wiser than you, doesn't mean that you're not wise or that you don't have any wisdom. Not at all, okay? And I'm also seeing just focusing on gaining more wisdom. So if you want to learn, if you want to read books, if you want to, I don't know, listen to podcasts, whatever it is, there's something, a new subject that you're interested in, or whatever it is, you can really focus on that. It's gonna be really great for you. Okay, this is gonna be a really potent time for you to do that. And it's also going to bring you some peace, and you're going to enjoy it. Now, of course, it has to be something that you want to do, like not like if you're in school, not like a schoolwork. Just something that you do for yourself. But yeah, that's something that you can also focus on. That's what the goddesses are telling us today. Okay, Aries, so that's the end of your reading. This is the message I received for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it resonated. I hope that it helped you, it guided you, whatever it is, whatever you were seeking, whatever you were in need of today. Thank you so much for joining me. As I've said, take what resonates and leave the rest. And I do personal tarot and astrology readings. If you're interested in something more personalized from me, subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed already, for more videos like this one, like this video, comment down below how this resonated for you, and share as well. I would love to hear from you guys. So thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hello, my beautiful Leos. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing good. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome back. If this isn't your first time, welcome to your reading. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So hi and welcome. I hope you're doing good. So if you haven't listened to the intro, we're looking at first, what have you learned / healed in 2020? And then we're also going to be looking at what is going to be your new life from starting December 21st, 2020, which is going to be the great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn at 0 degrees Aquarius. If you want more information on what that is, I talked about that in the intro, so you can go back, or if you can look it up as well if you're interested. And we're also going to, I will deliver some goddess advice, divine advice for you guys for, you know, how to navigate the in-between and all of the feelings and the things that are happening to you. Okay, so let's start. Now, what has Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising learned / healed in 2020? What did Leo learn in 2020? Okay, well, what did Leo go through in 2020? Okay. Is there anything else that you want to say about what Leo has gone through and learned and healed in 2020? Let's do 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We're going to keep it like that. Sorry. Okay. So we have we have 2 cards in reverse. We have the 4 of crystals in reverse. This is what it looks like upright. This is from the Star Child Tarot, by the way, if you're interested. And we also have the Hierophant in reverse. So what I'm first seeing in this Hierophant in reverse, Hierophant represents spirituality, represents our beliefs. So what I'm seeing is that some of you guys have let go of past beliefs, of old beliefs that weren't serving you anymore, and you've entered some new ones, or you just let go of old ones and you're ready to receive some new ones that match more your current reality, your current identity, and who you want to be and who you want to become. So that's really great because, the colors on this card are not the brightest. So it's mostly dark energy that you've let go of. So belief systems that were based on fear and that were really not serving you and helping you move forward with your life and believing yourself and truly recognizing your true divine power, you've been letting go of that. Okay, and that's really amazing. That's great. If some of you guys maybe had like one specific like spiritual, or just one specific, not necessarily spiritual, but one guide, one person who was maybe older than you and who was like a teacher or a guide, or maybe even like a therapist that you were really kind of like, they were really important for you and you were kind of not following everything that they said just like that, but their philosophy of life was really matched with yours, and you have learned a lot from them. I'm seeing some of you've realized that does not match with who you are anymore. You've detached yourself from that, and that was not, if that happened, that was not an easy process. It was a painful process. You might have had some conflict with that person or other people, but I'm here to confirm that this was a positive thing. Okay, this was a positive thing. You did the right thing. Okay, because you were acting from a soul space, from a heart space. Okay, I'm also seeing that some of you guys who might have had commitment issues, you've healed that as well. Okay, you've healed that. Whether it was about a job or a career or like romantic relationships, like some of you were like, no, I'm never getting married, because you were scared of like the idea of marriage or the idea of the commitment of marriage, or maybe you've witnessed people around you, maybe your parents or other adults being married and it's not working out, or it not being positive and getting divorced, or just end up like hating each other and but staying together still, and you're like, I don't want to end up like that. So, and because you associated the idea and the concept of marriage with that, you were like, I'm not getting married. But you've kind of realized that if you get married, it doesn't have to be like that. And we all define our own unions and our own marriage and our own relationships. Okay? So some of you have gone, you've healed commitment issues or you are in the process of healing that, and you've learned some big lessons, like you've had some really, maybe even like an epiphany about it. Like there was one moment you're like, oh my god, it's because of that, or like, oh my god, like I'm scared of it because of this or that, and you know, whatever it was, and it's made you really progress and really realize things, which is really great. This Four of Crystals in reverse, I'm seeing that like you've let go of this idea that you always have to go at it alone, that you have to do it alone, or that you are the only person that you can truly rely on. So for example, I'm seeing like someone, like if you're in a classroom and the teacher says this is a teamwork, you're like, oh god damn it, like I don't want to do it. And the teacher says you have the option to do it alone, but you're gonna have more work. You would always choose that because you would rather do more work than have to collaborate with people. And I'm seeing that that has changed, okay, for the better all throughout 2020. This is a big lesson that you've learned. And also for some of you, you were like, I'm seeing like really intensely private. I don't know why I'm hearing some of you had like Scorpio placements as well. But you know, privacy is associated with, and secrecy are associated with Scorpio, but you can be like that and have those themes in your life without having like a prominent Scorpio placement. But I heard that some of you have Scorpio placements, or at least one, maybe in your big three, like Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. But whatever. What I meant is that some of you were really private, maybe even really secretive about some stuff about yourself, and maybe some of you were like in yourself, maybe some of you like came out or something like that, you know, whether as LGBTQ or maybe as your political idea and opinions, or some form of label or identity or group that you feel you're part of and that makes you feel good, that you feel really like connects with your authentic self. There's something like that. Maybe some of you like kind of came out or became more public about it, or if it's not that, you've just kind of started embracing who you are more and just showing who you are more easily, instead of always staying so much in your shell or always being so secretive about, maybe some of you were like really secretive about like your hobbies, the things that you like you had that kind of like mysterious vibe where people, even if you were talking to people, they weren't really like getting to actually know you and to understand you, and you were doing that on purpose because you were scared. You've kind of let go of that more in 2020, and now you're kind of more accessible now, so you can build more human connections with others, and more fulfilling connections and authentic connections as well, which is actually what you were seeking in the first place. Okay, amazing. So now let's look at your new life. What will the great conjunction of December 21st bring to Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising? What will the great conjunction bring or activate within Leo? Okay. Well, that was clear. Why did I know this card was about to come up? Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Just calm down. I'm going to show you. Don't worry about it. This is powerful. Okay. So we have the Three of Pentacles first, which is a card of teamwork and collaboration. You can see it on this image, okay? So we've talked about that. We just talked about that. That's really funny. We have the Devil. I was literally about to say the Satan. Okay, that's hilarious. The Devil. We have the Lovers. And this is a card that I knew was going to come out. I just really felt it. Because I was thinking for Leo rising people, in what house is this conjunction happening in? And it's the 7th house. And the 7th house is the house of partnerships and relationships. So I thought some Leo risings are going to have maybe new romantic connections. And of course the Lovers come out, so hello. Maybe even if you're not like Leo rising, this could happen as well. And we have, look at that, the Hierophant again. Okay, this is a Neo Tarot, by the way, if you want to know. So what I'm seeing is that you're going to have, I'm hearing like teamwork. So maybe you're going to start like a team project with someone at work or at school or in your personal life. Maybe you're gonna like have a new hobby or something. You start a new thing that where you have to do stuff with people, or you're going to choose to do that. I'm hearing some of you might participate in like events where you really exchange a lot with people. There's just going to be a lot of collaboration coming into your life, but it's going to be positive ones because you've healed whatever this was. You've healed that, and so now you're ready for fulfilling ones, fulfilling experiences of that. And you finally see the positive aspects of collaborating with and working with people. Okay, that's gonna be really great. If you have a new job, I'm seeing like you're really going to get along with your coworkers, and you're really going to enjoy working with them, and you're really going to understand the beauty of teamwork and everyone just bringing the best of themselves to the table, and all of that being able to turn into something more beautiful and greater. Okay, with the Devil, okay, some of you feel like you have two sides of yourself. You feel like you have two different personalities, or there's two different sides of yourself. That's how you feel. And that has been, and you feel like they're conflicting with each other. And that has been really challenging for you. But I'm seeing that this, if you haven't been working on that now, and like until now, the Great Conjunction is really going to make you confront you to it and really going to activate that. But I'm seeing in a more positive way where it's easier to actually heal that and work with that. For some of you, it's literally that you attract always the same kind of partners. And you're like, oh my God, why do I always end up with boys or girls or people like this? And what this Great Conjunction is going to make you realize is that what you're attracting in others that you don't like is something that you already have within yourself. It is the shadow side of yourself. You already have that energy. And you've been attracting it again and again and again because you're not realizing that it's yours as well. You're always putting the blame on others. You're always giving it to others, labeling it into others. But it's within you as well. Okay? And you're going to realize that with the Great Conjunction. Maybe not on the day of the Great Conjunction, but onwards. And you're going to be like, oh my God, it's going to be so eye-opening. And when you're able to do that, is when you're able to reach, go from the Devil to the Lovers. See, this is a loving figure, loving energy, loving guide. This is literally the Devil. And we, on both of these cards, we have two people, but here they are bound to each other. Here they choose to be with each other. So much more beautiful and so much healthier. Okay, and even if you don't resonate with this shadow side, two sides of you, blah, blah thing that I've just said, especially if you're a Leo rising, so you're getting into relationships in 2021. Okay, you're gonna meet someone maybe, or if there's someone that I'm also hearing, there's someone you've been kind of crushing over for a long time, or well, it might actually get real or get more serious with them, get more concrete, which is really great. I'm happy for you guys. Yeah. You're learning the true value and the true beauty of balance, not only within yourself, but within partnerships. Because the Lover's card is about not just a normal, any other relationship. This is major arcana. This is a relationship where both sides are loving and balanced, and where you have an equalitarian union. Okay? And this is also the card representing Gemini, so maybe some of you it's going to be with a Gemini or someone has Gemini placements. Maybe you have Gemini placements, like a Gemini moon, Venus, or Mars is what I'm hearing. Or a Gemini descendant, and you were like a Sagittarius rising. Something like that. Or maybe it's good, the connection you're going to have with that person is going to be a lot through talking and exchanging with them, or at least at the beginning. And that's what's going to make you fall for each other's mind. And maybe like communication is really going to be at the forefront of your relationship. All right. With this Hierophant, again, I love this because to me, this is really like, first of all, you've let go of the guides that didn't align with who you are and who you want to be. Now you're meeting new ones. But it's not just that. It's that I'm seeing most of you. You've let go of these people. You've let go of your Hierophant figure because you are becoming the Hierophant. Himself, herself, themselves, whatever. I said himself first because, you know, the Hierophant and the figure of the Hierophant is masculine. But whatever pronouns are yours. You are becoming the Hierophant, literally, okay? Now you're not listening to other people's dogma anymore. You're creating your own spirituality, your own philosophy of life, and you're sharing it with others. And you're sitting on your throne, you're understanding that and realizing that you already have all the wisdom that you need within you. And you're listening to yourself first before always going to other people to define your life values and your life philosophy. You're not doing that anymore. You're looking within yourself first. And you find out that when you talk about it, you inspire others. Other people are listening to you. And you really inspire them. And they really look up to you and you're like, what? And that's when you realize that you've become the Hierophant. That's crazy. I love that. I love that. Okay, now finally, let's get into some goddess advice. What is the advice for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising people for the in-between and everything that's going on for them? Which goddess would like to speak to Leos? Divine Feminine energy. What is going on here? Okay. I'm going to take you and you. Okay, hold on. I just need to check something real quick. Okay. So we have, sorry about that, we have, okay, I'm not sure how to pronounce these names yet. This is a newer deck. We have number 9, Saradwin, I think. It says potential. And we have number 39, Nike or Nike, I'm not sure. And it says ambition. Look how gorgeous she is. Isn't she gorgeous? Okay, so what I'm seeing here, you know, we have potential and ambition. So, you know, you have a lot, there's a lot of, I mean, potential here, obviously. The energy is like really potent for you guys right now. So like, there's really a lot of opportunities for you, and if you see something like an opportunity and you just decide to go for it, there's a really big chance that it's gonna happen for you. Okay, so this is a really great time for you to take more risks, or to be more daring. Even if you feel like something or someone is completely out of your league, just try it out and you might literally get it. Okay, and if you do, like, I'm seeing it's gonna be like easy. Like, there's not gonna be like a bunch of complications or delays or anything like that. Like, it's just going to happen. You're gonna be like, oh my god, like, you're ready for blessings, okay, for this great conjunction and this end of the year. And with ambition, like, the goddesses are literally saying, like, dream big, see big, Leo, like, go big or go home. Like, literally, like, this is such a potent time for you. You could be manifesting like anything. Like, just, even if it's something you're like, oh my god, it's so crazy and so insane, like, I'm never gonna have that, it's just like a dream of mine or like a fantasy, manifest it. Literally, like, do that right now. Manifest that and see what happens, because if there's a moment where this might come true, it's like now. Okay, manifest it or pray for it, or whatever it is, say affirmations. It's a really powerful time for you guys. Okay, so take advantage of it. Whatever it is that you've been wanting, just go for it, manifest it, demand it, and see what happens. Wow. Okay. So this is what I'm seeing for you guys for your reading. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you liked this. I hope that this resonated. I hope it was helpful and that it brought you the guidance that you were seeking out. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. If you like this and you would like a more personalized version of this, or you would like some other kinds of guidance for you, I do offer private astrology and tarot readings, so you can contact me through email or Instagram. All the information down below if you're interested. Thank you so much as always for supporting me. Like this video, comment, share, subscribe to my channel for more videos like and unlike this. I do recommend that you watch all 3 of your signs, sun, moon, and rising. They're going to be up on my channel. If you don't see them right now, they're going to be uploaded within a couple of days, really soon, so subscribe so you don't miss out. But either way, I think that's it for me. Thank you for joining me. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius Sun, Moon, and Rising. How are you today? I hope you're doing good. If you're not, I hope that you will. Thank you so much for joining me. So this is your reading, as you can see from the title, and if you listen to the intro. Today we're going to be doing 3 things. So first, we're going to be looking into what have you learned / healed in 2020. Then we're going to look at what will your new life be, and your life, as new life, I mean starting from December 21st of 2020, which is going to be the great conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter at 0 degrees Aquarius. If you don't know what that means and you're curious, I talked about that a bit more in the intro, so you can go back and watch that, or you can look it up if you want. And I'm also going to be delivering to you guys some goddess divine advice to you for how to deal with all of this, and how to navigate the in-between of all of this, okay? Because we're also in eclipse season, so things are pretty crazy. Okay, so let's get into it. What has Sagittarius Sun, Moon, and Rising learned and healed in 2020? What has Sagittarius Sun, Moon, and Rising learned and healed in 2020? Should I take you to? Yeah, okay. We're going to take you to. Okay. Let's look at this. Oh, okay. I don't feel like reading some of the reversals here, so I'm putting them upright. It's just how I feel it intuitively. Okay, so the first card that came out is the Seven of Wands in reverse. No, sorry. Okay, sorry about that cut, you guys. So, let's see. You got the Seven of Wands in reverse. The first card that came out. Then we also have the Page of Wands. The King of Wands. The Four of Swords. And finally we have Awakening, which is the Judgment card. Okay, so I'm hearing that the main lesson, the main theme of you guys for 2020 was dealing with your assertiveness, okay? With this Seven of Wands clearly coming out first and being at the center of your spread, I feel like most of you were on either end of the kind of assertiveness spectrum, if we can say it like that. So some of you just weren't, and you know, this card being in reverse, I feel like this lesson is not over. So you haven't completed it, but you've made a lot of progress, okay? And it's going to be a lot easier onwards. And the progress that you've done, Spirit really wants you to acknowledge it, and Spirit really wants to congratulate you on it, because it's not, you know, Spirit sees and recognizes that and is proud of you for that, okay? It is significant. Some of you were like, you were kind of never asserting yourself or not enough, and you've slowly but surely, you are learning how to do that when it matters, when it's important to you, when you need to do that. And others of you, you were assertive, you were like too assertive, you were asserting yourself too hard, too violently, too impulsively, too much. Just, yeah, it just wasn't it. And you didn't realize that. You thought that that was you being strong, that was you being in your power, that was you being I'm hearing like that was you being a bad bitch. That's what I'm hearing, okay? Maybe some of you guys saw it like that, but the truth is that it wasn't like that. And it was just closing a lot of doors for you, because people didn't want to deal with you, people didn't want to work with you, people didn't want to collaborate with you when you were doing that, okay? And you're really kind of exuding like a negative energy when you were doing that, and people were like, no, that's not the kind of person I want to be around. So without even realizing it, you were really closing yourself, closing out a lot of, I mean, maybe closing yourself as well, but closing a lot of opportunities out for yourself, okay? And it was just not helping you progress at all, contrary to what you thought. Because yes, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't have asserted yourself in those moments, but there could have been a different way to do it, okay? That would not have caused these consequences and these results. So you'll know which one is for you. Maybe some of you even, it's kind of both in different situations and different moments. So either way, you're kind of learning to get to the middle more of the spectrum. That's just healthy self-respect without being unnecessarily or overtly aggressive about it or attacking others about it. Okay? Because I'm seeing like you've kind of made friends with your anger and you've gotten to know it in 2020 is what I'm seeing. But you've been gentle with it. You were really doing it, like observing it and learning about it and not being disapproving of it, which is why you've been able to make this much progress, okay? It really makes a whole difference. with this Page of Wands, there's definitely like some inner child healing that took place in 2020 for you guys, and you guys are going to know what this is about. For a lot of you, I'm seeing this being about your imagination, your creation, like your creativity, your creative process. Some of you guys were limiting yourselves maybe because of things you've heard of, you've been told in childhood or when, you know, throughout your life, or just beliefs that you've like integrated, and you really like healed that a lot and integrated like new ways of doing and new ways to use your creativity and your imagination. You're not like limiting yourself anymore, which is really great, and you're just creating beautiful things when you are creating. Yeah, and you're finally realizing that the source of that is you. That the source of it all is you. Like you, maybe in the past you were always waiting for some kind of external stimuli or external inspiration to start creating, but you realize that it comes from within you, okay? And you always have that within you. And so maybe it's not necessarily that you create more, but you create differently. It actually ends up being a lot more authentic and a lot more profound than it used to be, okay? We love to see it. With the King of Wands, I'm hearing some of you guys were like kind of followers of something. Maybe followers of like, I mean, when I said follower, you made me think of like social media. So maybe some of you like an influencer or like a YouTuber or something. Or, you know, some of you it's just like a parental figure or a guide, whoever. There was like a specific person or specific group or community that you were always kind of looking up to, looking over to kind of see, okay, what are they thinking? What are they doing? And that's what I should do. That's what I should apply. Or you would at least kind of inspire yourself from this. Like instead of starting from nothing and just going within, you would always kind of look to that. And you're some of you have stopped doing that. Some of you had just started doing that in a way that's more healthy and that doesn't make you compromise yourself, okay? And I'm also seeing that some of you guys were always waiting for the right. You see how this person is, this king is looking at the moon? I feel some of you guys were always waiting for like the right timing or the perfect timing to do or say something, and or to go out and get something that you wanted. You were always waiting for like the divine timing or whatever it is, and it was actually holding you back, and you've realized that, and you stopped doing that, okay? Or maybe some of you, like you had someone or people being like, you have to wait for the right timing, or just, you're gonna know, or you have to wait to let it come to you. And you're like, finally you're like, no, screw that. I'm gonna go and get it myself. Like if I feel I want to do it, I'm gonna go and do it. Okay, I'm not gonna wait always for all the forces of the universe to be aligned and blah, 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 blah. I'm just gonna do it. and that was actually a good call on for you on that. In this Four of Swords, I'm also seeing, again, this theme of repressing your creativity. Okay, that's really random. I heard repressing your sexuality for some of you. Like, I would never associate sexuality with this card, but I heard that. So, that's going to be a reality for some of you guys. I'm also just seeing, like, you're finally, you're able to express who you truly are and what you truly believe in. You used to be like reluctant to do that because you were scared that you would be marginalized. You were scared that you would be shut out from groups and from other people and from communities, and you were scared to be alone. You were scared to be rejected. And you've let go of that, okay? You've let go of that fear. Or you've literally realized that that fear wasn't true. And you're more authentic now, and you're not scared to say who you are, show who you are, say what you believe in. And that's really great. Okay, for Sagittarius, what you believe in is really important for you guys. Because Sagittarius rules all kinds of philosophy and religions and belief systems, okay? Because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. with awakening, some of you guys have literally realized your purpose in 2020, like your purpose as a human being, as a divine being, or your purpose as in what it is that you truly want to do with the rest of your life, who it is that you want to be, okay, what kind of qualities and values that you want to have. Some of you guys have gone through some sort of spiritual awakening, or just like I'm seeing like a transformation of your outlook on your life and on the world and on humanity in general. And now you're waking up every day and having this different mindset that's really helping you out more, and that's more positive. And it's completely changed everything, okay? I'm seeing that. And this is number 20 of the Major Arcana. This is the second to last card of the Major Arcana. So this is like an almost, the last card is the World card, which is called the Universe in this deck. And when you reach to the World, you are completing the lesson. And with Judgment card, this is kind of the last test of all of that. It's the last step before you get into this new beginning, and you've truly learned that lesson. Okay? All right. So let's see. Let's look into your new life. Exciting, isn't it? So, okay, that was quick. What I want to ask is, what will the Great Conjunction bring for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, or what will activate within them? Okay, that's enough. Oh, wow. So the card that came out really quickly was the Queen of Cups. This is the Neo Tarot. And then what came out was a bunch of swords. So first of all, the Five of Swords. It was 12:12 on the recording time. Second of all, the Eight of Swords. And finally, the Two of Swords. So, okay. Swords are about mental energy, intellect, and communication. So that's definitely going to be really, I mean, bruh, okay. Yeah, obviously. That's going to be really relevant for you guys. I said bruh, obviously, because I just realized, I thought about it, and if you're a Sagittarius rising, this conjunction is happening in your third house, and the third house is the house of, you guessed it, communication, intellect, learning, all of that stuff, more mental energy. It's also the house of neighbors, siblings. It represents also your early years in education, like elementary school and like high school, up until college. College is like the 9th house, but the 3rd house is that. And also short distance travels. But anyway. So you are becoming this Queen of Cups in 2021, and just starting from the Great Conjunction on December 21st, you are just learning to be more balanced and to be more balanced as a person, and also to balance multiple things in general in your life at the same time without it feeling so burdensome and so overwhelming and so exhausting, okay? Yeah, you're realizing that you have all the tools that you need within you to do that, because see how this person is doing it by themselves. I'm also seeing spirit guides too, precisely, or ancestors, angels. So just know that you're being looked out for in a good way. And if you want to communicate with, if they are like spiritual beings, if you want to communicate with them, you can. But it can also be guides who will be showing up in the physical realm. Okay? You also, the Queen of Cups masters her emotions and her sensitive side. So I'm seeing you guys finally integrating your emotions, because I see, with all these swords cards as well, you have like your mental self and your emotional self, and you really separate the two, and you define yourself more by your mental self. But you're finally learning how to integrate both of these and incarnate both of these at the same time without it being like a duality. And you're learning to be so much more gentle with yourself emotionally, which ends up in you being more gentle with others as well, because you can't give something to others when you can't even give it to yourself. With this Five of Swords, this is not the traditional meaning of this card, but what I'm seeing intuitively is that you are realizing that you have all the tools that you need within yourself. Okay, there might be people who are trying to sell you something, or who try to convince you to something, or who try to like control you in what you're doing and your endeavors because they want to have credit, or they want to control the way that you do it. But you realize like, no, I can do it by myself. I'm fine. Leave me alone. Okay, and you are truly in your power, and full moon, really potent time. With this Eight of Swords, I'm seeing that the day or the days after the Great Conjunction, itself is not going to be necessarily the happiest for you. Maybe it's not going to bring positive change right away. Maybe it's more going to bring like negative energy for you. Maybe you're going to feel trapped at first because maybe some of the past traumas are going to resurface, or maybe there's going to be like really intense changes right away and you're like, oh my god, you feel like overwhelmed and you don't know how to feel about it yet. But I'm seeing that, or if you have been feeling trapped recently, what I'm seeing actually in this card is you are going to learn to dance with your chains instead of feeling trapped by them. And that's going to be a slow but beautiful and sure path to self-liberation. And that's amazing, and that's so powerful. I really felt it when I was saying it, okay? Wow. There's always a way out, okay? Gorgeous. With this Two of Swords, yeah, I'm seeing that with this Two of Swords, I'm seeing that you, again, this kind of integration of the two dual parts of your personalities and the different parts of yourself, or the different, I'm hearing like different clothing styles, like different aesthetics, maybe for some of you who are Sagittarius rising, or different kinds of hobbies, or you feel like there's two different parts of your personalities. You're just finally integrating that within one and being more authentic and more whole in who you are. I'm also seeing like if you are surrounded by people who give you advice that's not necessarily the best, or who are kind of condescending with their advice, or who give you advice when you're not asking for it, you're literally like not listening to them anymore. And you're just like, if there's people who are trying to tell you what to do with your life, or who are trying to tell you like, oh, this is not strategic, or this is not good, like don't do it, or like I wouldn't do that if I were you. Maybe in the past you listened to them and now you don't anymore. You're like, screw it, I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna figure it out on my own. I'm going for it. Like, I'm gonna do what I want, and I'm in my own world, in my own universe, and it's a beautiful space, a beautiful place, so I don't want to leave. I'm here and I'm thriving. What are you doing with your life? You should worry about your life. That's really the energy I'm getting from this card. Okay. Now let's get you some advice from the goddesses themselves. Who else? This is the Goddess Power Oracle deck. What is some advice for Sagittarius Sun and Rising, please? Okay. Should I try to shuffle that? Oh. All of that? Okay, fine. You got a lot of cards. So let's see. Hold on, my decks are in the way. You have too many cards. I'm not going to read reversals for this deck. Okay. Beautiful. So first of all, you have Oshun, generosity. This is number 41. You have number 3. Not sure how to pronounce that. I'm guessing Aryan Rod. It says time. We have number 42, Parvati, devotion. We have a number 29, lazy or lazy, revelation. And finally, we have number 5, Athena, knowledge. I love the colors of this card. So striking. I just felt so drawn to it when I looked at all the cards. Okay. So the goddesses want you, and Ocean specifically wants you to be more giving of yourself, be more giving to yourself and to others. And just give without thinking, not like give without thinking about what you're able to actually offer in your energy levels, but give without expecting something back. Or give without worrying about what the result of that will be. Okay, be more generous towards yourself also. Give yourself more credit for how expansive and amazing you are. And how full of love you are, okay? Even when you don't feel like it. It's somewhere within you. All you have to do is unlock it. Oh my gosh, where am I getting... I'm getting a lyric of a song that I haven't listened to in a long time. I'm going to link it down below. I'm not sure the exact sentence, but it's like, the sun is always shining somewhere, you just have to get there. That's what I'm getting. Well, that was so random. I'm going to leave the link of the song down below if you want to go listen to it. That's what I'm getting with this card. Here, you know, with time and revelation, I'm seeing that, you know, some things you don't know yet, and that's okay. Like, some things you don't have to figure out yet, some things you don't have to understand yet, some things you just don't understand and you don't know yet, and that's fine. Like, you don't have to. And it's really gonna come with time. You're gonna get revelations, you're gonna understand things with time. Especially if it's about something like that has happened recently, and you're like, oh my gosh, why did that happen? Like, what is the meaning of that in my life? Like, what's the lesson from that? And maybe you're like, so like, oh my god, I want to know right now, and you're like, you can't figure it out, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. But just calm down and be chill, and it's gonna come to you. Okay, it will. Just be patient with the universe and with yourself. What else? Athena wants you to know that the knowledge that you have right now, that you have gained recently, is going to be really, really useful to you. Also, any knowledge that you learn right now, so within maybe during eclipse seasons, or, you know, since the beginning of December until maybe like the great conjunction of December 21st, even until the end of December, any new knowledge that you're seeking out or that you're learning, it's going to be like really significant and really transformative. Like, it's going to be play a big role, a big part in your life and in your identity, like in who you are. Okay, so this is kind of really the focus right now, so give it the attention and the energy that it deserves. Finally, with devotion, I'm seeing that you should really just devote yourself to your purpose, the purpose that a lot of you have realized this year or quite recently. It's just, if you have figured out what you want to do with your life or your purpose, it's just, with this great conjunction, it's just going to be more clear. It's just going to confirm it and be like, yeah, this is happening. Like, it's really what it is. Okay. That's what I'm seeing. And also, just if you have any religious or spiritual practices, to keep doing them. If you have any routines, to keep doing them and be devoted to your own self-care, to your own well-being, and to whatever higher energies, higher power that you might devote yourself to, you might believe in. You know, keep just praying, or whatever ritual that you have, keep manifesting, and just keep having faith in your higher self and the divine. Okay, if you have been manifesting things, if you want to manifest things, just let yourself surrender a little bit and just wait for things to play out and trust that it will happen, and that, or if it doesn't happen the way you want to right now, it will happen in a way that everything will be okay, and it will be for your greatest and highest good. Okay? Alright, so this is your reading, Sagittarius. This is the message I received for you today. I hope you liked it. I hope it was insightful. I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below to let me know how this applied to you. I would love to hear from you directly. Share this video if you think anyone else would benefit from it. And subscribe to my channel for more videos like and unlike this one. I do recommend that you watch all 3 of your signs, sun, moon, and rising. They're all going to be up on my channel. If you don't see them right now, they're going to be up within a couple of days, really soon, really quickly. So subscribe to make sure that you don't miss out on that. Okay, thank you so much. I do personal readings, as I said, tarot and astrology. If you want something more personalized, if you're in need of any guidance, you can contact me. All information in the description box below. Take what resonates and leave the rest. I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing end of 2020, and an amazing 2021. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.